Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna. This is Coffee, Books, and Bullet Journals. And today I've got a book haul for you. I know that I already did a book haul this month. Technically that one was for last month. This is for this month. It's fine. My birthday was in August. I have a lot of books to talk about. There are a bunch of gifts in here. I have some books that I bought, and then I'm doing this project that I bought a bunch of books for. So the project's not up yet. That'll be sometime next week, I think. But I'm going to go ahead and haul the books now, because why not? Without further ado, let's go ahead and start with the gifts, because that's my favorite part. I got so many great gifts for my birthday, and I'm so thankful and so blessed. And every time I open one, I was like, oh. So thank you, everybody. I will have everyone linked down below. The first book was actually not a birthday present, but it was a giveaway that I did on Twitter, and that was Part of Your World, A Twisted Tale by Liz Braswell. This is part of those like Disney twisted, it asks a question that like completely changes the story. So for this one, it is, what if Ariel had never defeated Ursula? And so it's kind of about the villains, and I've never read one, but they sound so good, and I'm really excited to pick this one up. Plus the cover is stunning. The next one I got from Sammy, and that is A Girl Like Her by Talia Hibbert. I'm actually currently reading this one right now. I should finish it up this morning, and I love this book so freaking much. It's so good. It is about a girl who is autistic. I don't know about how the representation is. I don't know that it's own voices, because I don't know if Talia Hibbert is autistic. But she is very introverted, doesn't really like people, has mostly online friends. And then she meets her neighbor, who is ex-military cinnamon roll Evan. And he starts cooking for her because he realizes that she doesn't have a stove, and she usually just eats like ramen noodles. So he starts cooking for her, and they become friends, and then they start falling for each other, and it's just, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this book. And like, Talia Hibbert is absolutely a new favorite author for me, so that's cool. The next two I got from Kaylee at the Dog-Eared Page, and that is The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. This is a Egyptian fantasy, I think, or Arabian fantasy. I'm not really sure, but everyone's talking about it. And even though it's quite the chunker, I'm really excited about it. And then she also got me Lovely War by Julie Berry. These are two of her like favorite books of all time, so like I'm really excited to pick them up. Even though this is historical fiction, like I put this on my wish list strictly because Kaylee like loved it, and she's not a huge historical fiction person either. So like I was like, okay, if she loves it, I'll love it. There are so many books here. There's like 27 books here. I don't know how I'm going to fit them all on my shelves. It's fine. The next two came from Rye, from Rye's Reading Corner, and she got me two books that I have already read and loved, so I'm really excited to have physical copies because I just listened to them on audio from my library, or from Scribd, I can't remember which one. But first one is The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. I gave this one 5 stars. I read it in July, I don't remember. I think it was July, because I just finished it. And it was so good. I was crying at the end of this book. I love this character so much. Had to have been July, because I would have talked about it in my mid-year freakout if it was June. And then the other one I got was Slay by Brittany Morris. This was another one that I really loved. I gave it 4.5 stars. This one I did read in June. And I love the cover. It's like this like metallic shimmery, like the pinks and purples. I just love it. It's gonna look stunning. Plus, like, and I said this in my blog when I unboxed them, they look so good together. And then the last ones were from Becky over at Coffee, Cocktails, and Books, and I got Lifelike by Jay Kristoff. Jay Kristoff is one of my favorite authors, and I'm really excited to pick up this trilogy. It's been on my radar for quite some time, and I just haven't gotten around to it, so really excited about this. This is like a science fiction kind of like, I think like they're cyborgs or something, I don't know. I don't know, but we know that J. Kristoff can do science fiction. And then the other one is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This one has been going around so much lately, and I'm really, really excited to pick this one up. Spoiler alert, this one will be the group book for the Literary Alliance for September, and I guess it's not a spoiler. You've already seen that if you follow the Instagram. But yeah, very excited to pick this one up. Not happy that the dust jacket is a little bit wonky, but I think I can retrain it. So that's okay. Once it's up on the shelf, you won't. But yeah, very, very excited to pick this one up. Everyone has been loving it, and I'm really excited for it. All right, and then I was approached by an author. They emailed me and asked me if I wanted to review this book, and it is a great story of mental health, and so I was like, yeah, sure, definitely. I would love to do it. And that is The Existence of Amy by Lana Grace Riva. I don't know anything about this. I've heard a couple of people talk about it. Nicole from A Beautiful Chaos of Books reviewed it. I actually went, when they emailed me about it, because I hadn't heard about it, so I went on Goodreads, looked at some of the people that I knew that had reviewed it, and Nicole is one of those people that really talks about mental health books, and she had really liked it, so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll review it. So yeah, I'm excited to pick this one up. This one has this is one of those matte covers that shows every fingerprint. So okay, I'm pretty sure the angle changed. I apologize, I had to get up for a second. So moving on to my book of the month, I got 2 for the month of August because they give you a free month's credit for your birthday. Man, my birthday was just a great month. So, the first, I got 2 actually from this month because I couldn't choose. So, I got The Night Swim by Megan Golden. I've heard really, really good things about this. This one just came out. This is a thriller with a, podcast element and, a small town, not serial killer. Why was I thinking that? There was, a rape, trial or something. I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I know very little, but I kind of want to keep it that way because I read her book, The Escape Room, and I think that I knew a little bit too much going into that one, and I shouldn't have because I think I would have enjoyed more having found that out along the way. So this one I'm going in really, really blind, and definitely going to be picking this up pretty soon. Now, Books and Lala is doing a Buzzwordathon in September with the word night, so this one would totally work. I don't know how many other ones I have with that, and also I have so much going on in September, so I don't know that I'll be fully participating, but if I can sneak this into my categories TBR, that might help. And then the other one I got was The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson. This is a sci-fi multiverse story about you can go to other Earths or other universes, but only if your doppelganger has died on that Earth. The main character in this book, most of her doppelgangers have died, or a lot of them, so she's able to travel to a lot of different Earths, and I think that there's a lot of discussion about classism and racism or the subtle microaggressions. I don't really know much about it, but it is an author of color, and this one is one that was super intriguing, and the cover is, I'm sorry, you really can't see it with my ring light, but stunning. So interesting. Really trying not to say so excited to read this one anymore because I've realized I've said that with every book, so it's fine. I went to some thrift stores this month because they're finally starting to open up again as long as you're wearing a mask and you're socially distancing and stuff like that. And the thrift store that I go to talks about how they disinfect and quarantine everything basically and before they put them out on the shelves. So I feel safe going there and getting books from them. And then plus it sits in my car for a couple of days even then before I bring them into the house. So I feel safe. I got A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline Lang. I don't know how to say her last name. Sorry. Unfortunately, this is the movie tie-in cover, and I don't love that. But I have been looking for this book for a while, and I haven't wanted to pay full price for it, and it was 75 cents. So I went with it. I picked up The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory because for some reason I have never read this book. Oddly enough, I've read her book, The Proposal, but that's it. Wait, did I read another one? I think I might have read Royal Holiday. I feel like I did. I don't remember. But I haven't read this one. I picked up this behemoth, The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This is one of those books that I'm going to be doing for this like year-end project that I'm working on. I'm terrified of this book because it's, how many pages? 650-ish. The thing doesn't, I mean, the text isn't too thick, and it's a floppy paperback, so we love that. But I've just heard, like, this is like epic high fantasy, and I don't know that I'm ready for that yet. So we'll see. One of the thrift stores has somebody that donates to them that does Book of the Month, and I found 3 Book of the Months for $1.50 to $2 a piece. I got The Anomaly by Michael Rutger. I got Cross Her Heart by Sarah Penborough, and I got How to Walk Away by Catherine Center. So these are all books that, like, I could add on to my box, but they're not ones that I was like, I want to say I'm like not super thrilled, because like I wouldn't have paid any money for them if I didn't want to read them. But they're not ones that like immediately piqued my interest to the point where I would pay $10 to $15 for, but I would pay $1.50 to $2. So kind of excited about this one, and kind of made a mental note of that thrift store because I can go in future months and see if there are more. I picked up A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. I don't know how to pronounce authors' names. This is a book that like a lot of people that are not on BookTube, like friends of mine in real life, have told me to pick up. My sister has talked about it, and I figured I should probably, like, if people are actually going to talk to me about books, I should maybe pick up the books that they're talking about. So this is a historical fiction, which is a little bit, again, a little terrifying because it's not really my genre of choice, but it is a super popular book, or it was a super popular book, so I will give it a try. Okay, and then this is another one that I'm going to be doing for a project, and that is The Distance Between Us by Casey West. I've never read a Casey West book, so when it got that ring light, so when it was there for 50 cents, I was like, okay, why not? I'll try it. Might try to pick this one up before like the end of summer, but since technically that's Tuesday, not technically, but really, because we're coming in with fall, I'm not sure that I will pick that one up quite before then. And then every time that I see one of these at thrift stores, I just really like to pick them up because I like collecting them. The Dear America series, this one is A Coal Miner's Bride, The Diary of Annette Kaminska in Latimer, Pennsylvania, 1896. These are like middle grade books that are all told in like diary form. I read all of these as a kid. These were one of the ones that like I would see a new one in the library, I would read, like I would immediately pick it up and read it. I'm trying to recollect them because I don't have any of my books that I had as a kid, so anytime I see them at a thrift store, I try to pick them up. Okay, now moving on to the books that I paid full price for. So we love that for me. The first one is A Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. I read this one. I did a full rant review vlog thing on it. I'll link it up there so that you don't have to read this behemoth of a tome. And yeah, I physically read the first half and then was like, nope, I need to do this in audio on like 3 times speed because I just can't. This book was making me not want to read anything for the rest of my life. Really upset that I paid for this, but it's fine. Fine. I bought The How and the Why by Cynthia Hand. Lacey from Lacey D. Bell, which I'll link her channel down below as well. She's starting a book club, and I was talking to Kaylee from the Dog Eared page, and she's doing it, so I was like, okay, I'll want to join. This is a book that I really, really want to read. So it's going on my September TBR. I'm going to be reading it in the next couple of weeks. This is a book that deals with the foster system and adoption, and those books are always really, really close to my heart, and I love them, and this is one that has been on my radar for a really long time, and so this just gave me a reason to pick it up. I pre-ordered When Dreams Descend by Janella Angeles. This cover is stunning, and this is a like Phantom of the Opera Moulin Rouge kind of crossover thing. I know very little about this book, and I kind of want to. I've heard that the writing is beautiful and very descriptive and flowery, and this is one that I am, once we get kind of more into the spooky season, this one's getting picked up. Okay, I was at Target a couple of weeks ago, and this one was on the shelf for $5, and this is Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow, and this is a book that everyone has been talking about. It's a middle grade fantasy that's kind of like the new Harry Potter, and I'm like very intrigued by that. So this is definitely one that I'm going to be picking up. It's another one of those project books that may or may not happen by the end of the year. I have a lot of them. It's fine. I'm almost done with the first round of it. Amazon was doing a sale on this book, and it was because it was on my wish list, and I got an email about it, and that is A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer. It ended up being like $5 for like a hardcover book. This was like several weeks ago. I don't think it's on sale anymore. I haven't read A Curse so Dark and Lonely, but it is on my list of things that I want to read. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and this is the sequel to it. I have no idea. I haven't even looked at the synopsis for it because I don't want to be spoiled for the first book. I know that the first one has a lot of physical disability rep, which is really great. You don't see that in a lot of YA, especially YA fantasy. So that is one of the reasons why I decided to pick this series up, and I figured I couldn't pass up. Like, I would really, really hate myself if I passed this one up. Really loved the second one and then had to pay full price for this. And then we're going to end on this one because this is the one I'm the most excited for. The next book that I read will be this one. And that is The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. This is the second book in the Poppy War series. I read the Poppy War last month, kind of into the beginning of this month. I loved it so much, and I've heard the second one is way better. And then I have an Arc of the Burning God, but I needed to read this one first, so I need to get on that. This is a behemoth of a book. Again, it's like 600 pages, but it's an Asian-inspired fantasy. It's kind of got this like assassin type vibe, and these like warriors, and like she's just a badass, and I love it. So yeah, as soon as I finish my current read, I'm going to be picking this one up. So hopefully it actually fits onto my September TBR. I haven't filmed that yet, so that's fun. All right, that is all I have for you today. If you are new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little red button that you can do so down below the video, and all of the other links to my social media will be in the description below if you would like to be my friend on any other platform. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. What makes this heart beat faster?